Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. The Changemakers in association with CNBC TV 18.
Hello and welcome to The Changemakers exclusively on CNBC TV 18. I'm Ridu Bhandari. In this series, we bring you compelling stories from across India on the commendable work being done at the grassroots level by some of the top organizations of India as part of their CSR initiatives. Creating a strong business and building a better world are not conflicting goals. In fact, they both make for essential ingredients for long-term success. Corporations across the globe have understood that they need to play a larger role and be key stakeholders of sustainable development. Creating a positive social impact is one of the key pillars of this journey. Organizations today are working towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals set by the United Nations, and by doing so, they are seen as the change makers. One organization that has taken the responsibility to equip underprivileged students with 21st century skills is AMADEUS Labs. Its initiative, Prerna 2.0, is assisting students to enhance their critical thinking, communication skills, creativity and collaborative working skills, thereby making them future ready. This is their story.
Ever wondered how an airline ticket or hotel room gets booked with the click of a single button? While it may seem almost magical, but behind it lies a complex web of technology that enables aggregators to connect to the servers of the service provider via the internet and complete transactions, all in a matter of a few moments. Bengaluru-based AMADEUS Software Labs is at the forefront of providing travel technology that makes it all happen so seamlessly for the user. By developing software products and automated tools for the travel industry, AMADEUS Labs provides software connectivity to travel aggregators, agents, airlines, ground handlers, hotels and other partners to access over 95% of scheduled airline seats as well as hotel rooms, insurance packages, car hires and other travel services worldwide.
AMADEUS is the largest technology player in the travel industry. We power the airlines, the travel agencies, the airports and all the other segments of travel and help them come together and transact business and make it a better experience for travelers like you and me. Okay. Our purpose in life is to shape the future of travel with our customers and our partners.
Apart from helping shape the future of the travel booking industry, AMADEUS Labs is also on a mission to give back to society. For this, the company leverages advanced technology, travel industry knowledge and expertise of its people to make a tangible impact at the grassroots level. And to implement its CSR initiatives, the company has adopted a structured approach that consists of 4 key pillars.
So the AMADEUS CSR program is based around 4 pillars. The first pillar is around knowledge augmentation, around skills building. The second pillar is technology for good. The third pillar is around community support. And the last is around the environment. So these are the global pillars that AMADEUS has as the foundation of our CSR program. The local AMADEUS Labs Bengaluru initiatives build on top of these, and our primary focus is to make sure that we engage our employees and our employees participate in these initiatives so that we can make a visible impact to the society here in India.
Realizing that India has a fairly large illiterate population, AMADEUS Labs aligned all of its CSR initiatives with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and is promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all.
Education fits in nicely with the AMADEUS strategic pillars, at least 3 of them, which is the knowledge transfer, the technology for good, and the community support pillars that AMADEUS CSR is based on. So education fitted in nicely with these.
With over 8.5 crore children between 6 to 8 years of age unable to attend school owing to financial challenges, AMADEUS Labs has partnered with Shikshanna to make a real difference on ground, maximize impact, and better implement its CSR initiatives.
We as an NGO, our interventions are very different in the sense that not everything is visible very clearly. In fact, because we don't do any infrastructure related interventions, and because most of the focus is on learning outcomes, to make that impact it takes a few years because we have to make a systemic change, and not many donors, or especially CSRs will have the patience to actually work through on this. And we are very happy that AMADEUS is one who actually saw a value in what we are doing and are really here. It aligns with our mindset, and I think together we can bring about a systemic change which can not only change just this school but thousands of schools across the state and beyond that also.
Having tasted success in Shikshanna's flagship model, Prerna 1.0, that offers non-financial rewards to students for attending school regularly, Prerna 2.0 was launched to equip students with a new extended skill set identified as 21st century skills, which enhance their critical thinking, communication, creativity, and collaborative working skills.
So, after the success that Prerna 1.0 experienced with Shikshanna and the government, we felt a need that there was a strong need for the students to become a lot more employable and get the critical skills that are needed for them for their future vocational objectives. So that's the inception of Prerna 2.0 that we partnered with Shikshanna. So what we do with Prerna 2.0 is partner with Shikshanna and build critical skills that our students look for in the class 4 to 8, where that's the foundational years for them, where they are getting past the basic learning and then looking forward to life on how they can get employable and how they can make a living for themselves. Some of the skills that are extremely important for them at this point is creative thinking, is collaboration, is planning, right? So Prerna 2.0 builds on these and creates a customized program for the standard 4 to 8 students from government schools.
AMADEUS ಸಹಕಾರದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಗಣಿತ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಆ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕಲಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಅವರುಗಡೆ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಲಿಯುವಂತಹ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಆ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಕಲಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಪ್ರೇರಣಾ 2 ಬಂದಾಗ 6 ಹಂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಈ ಸವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ AMADEUS ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ.
Prerna 2.0 program is implemented in government schools with a two-pronged approach. First, being the project-based learning, where students from grade 4th to grade 7th work on curriculum and community-aligned projects that contain different tasks such as planning, research, and finally, output generation.
As part of our intervention, we have project-based learning, and for that, if the digital tools are available in the schools, we encourage the children to use them, so that they not only gain valuable 21st century skills while they are doing the projects, at the same time they get digital literacy skills also. So the project-based learning is very unique. The way we do it is, number one, it's very strongly aligned to the curriculum. So every project that the children do has a relevance to the grade level chapter that they have studied. So because of this, we have a very high buy-in from the teachers. And number two, none of these projects can be done in a snap. There are steps to follow, and the children are encouraged to follow step by step what each one is involved. And because of this, the ability to plan and how to execute, how to share, at a very young age, the children will learn, which I feel that will take them a long way when they grow up.
ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನೇಮು ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಲಾನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚಿತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ಟಿಂದ ಮಾಹಿತಿನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದ್ವಿ.
Clearly, the project-based learning approach has exposed students to different modes of research and project output.
ಯೋಜನೆ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಕಲಿಕೆ. ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನ 6 ಹಂತಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅವು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವೆಂದರೆ ವೈ, ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್, ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್, ಶೇರ್, ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ವೈ ಎಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಏಕೆ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡವು. ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂದರೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸುವುದು. ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಂದರೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಅನುಷ್ಠಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯುವುದು. ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಎಂದರೆ ಪೋಸ್ಟರ್ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವುದು. ಶೇರ್ ಎಂದರೆ ನಾವು STMC ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು. ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಂದ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯುವುದು. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ 21ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತವೆ.
At one end, Prerna 2.0's project-based learning approach is giving experiential learning to students. On the other, its customized learning achievement path or CLAP approach is assisting students struggling with specific competencies.
So the other initiative that we also have is where we try to address the foundational gaps the children will have. So the government schools, the way they are set up, any child can enter in at any point in time from anywhere they move into that habitat, and no questions can be asked. Based on age, they are entered into a certain grade. But we all know that there are multiple gaps in these children, and it's very tough for the teachers to do the grade level teaching and try to address the gaps at the same time for some of the children who are in the classroom. So what we have done is we have developed some small tools that we share with the teachers, which help the teachers to identify the specific gaps that the children might have. And these, once the gaps are identified, we also provide them the necessary tools to help the children bridge those gaps.
The USP of customized learning achievement path is that it doesn't follow a one-size-fits-all approach. Rather, it is based on the concept of understanding each and every child's capabilities, identifying the problem areas, and then providing a tailor-made curriculum to suit their needs.
AMADEUS ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ನನಗೆ 8 ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಗಣಿತ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಅವಳು ನನಗೆ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ನಂದಿನಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. AMADEUS ಕರೆಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ 8 ಬುನಾದಿ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಿಂದ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ನಂತೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಸರ್.
The two-pronged approach adopted for Prerna 2.0 by AMADEUS Labs and Shikshanna is yielding rich dividends. So far, 98 schools and 9,800 students have benefited from it.
Well, on that positive note, it's time for a short break. But on the other side, we take a look at how AMADEUS Labs is building school infrastructure in rural India and at the same time encouraging differently abled people to earn a livelihood through Project Swatantra. Stay with us on The Changemakers exclusively on CNBC TV 18.
The Changemakers in association with CNBC TV 18.
Welcome back. You're watching The Changemakers exclusively on CNBC TV 18. Well, apart from equipping students with 21st century skills, AMADEUS Labs is also rebuilding basic infrastructure such as classrooms and toilets for rural schools across India, especially in areas where public schools are 80 to 90 years old and their structures have deteriorated significantly. AMADEUS Labs is taking on the mammoth task of renovating infrastructure of these rural schools for the underprivileged in India and turning them into a safe and inspiring learning environment for students. Take a look at how it is doing this one school at a time.
ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕುಳಿತು ಕಲಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಟ್ಟಡ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣವಾಗಿದೆ. ಆ 65 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲಮಹಡಿಯ 3 ರೂಮುಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದನೇ ಮಹಡಿಯ 3 ರೂಮುಗಳು, ಒಟ್ಟು 6 ರೂಮುಗಳು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಶೌಚಾಲಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಶೌಚಾಲಯ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಲಿಕೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 220 ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ರೂಮ್ಗಳ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ರೂಮ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಓಶಾಟ್ನವರು ಕಟ್ಟಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಲಿಕೆ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಹಾಗೂ ದಾಖಲಾತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹಾಜರಾತಿಯ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಳ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
All this has been possible through joint efforts of AMADEUS Labs and one school at a time, better known as OSAT. That's on a mission to fulfill the needs of selected schools in such a way that the children served by the school and the local community benefit in both tangible and intangible ways.
OSAT is one school at a time. This is the organization where volunteers are coming together to help the cause of education in really rural parts of Karnataka. One of our senior leaders at AMADEUS is associated with the project, and that is how we learnt more about this. And of course, this is a cause which is very special to us, where we actually want to reach out to schools and help in the cause of education in rural India. The idea is to help these schools rebuild themselves to ensure that they have all the infrastructure to run a school. The school that we are working with is in Chindakatti, which is in the Haveri district. They have from classes 1 to 8 more than 200 students and about 8 teachers. Over a period of time, AMADEUS is working with this organization to rebuild the school to provide the entire infrastructure, starting from toilets to classrooms, library, etc., so that the school is fulfilled in all its requirement and can see more children gaining from this endeavor.
In 2017, OSAT approached AMADEUS with their intention of building infrastructure for the schools. This is our usual program. We approach various organizations. AMADEUS was very impressed with our activities, and they also attended a program called Sadhana, in which we were highlighting our activities in the rural sector. And after looking at the Sadhana program and OSAT's achievement, AMADEUS wanted to sponsor a school, and this is the first school at Chinikatti by AMADEUS and OSAT jointly.
Besides working towards achieving sustainable development goals of quality education, AMADEUS Labs is also putting efforts to make a difference in the lives of differently abled people. And for this, the company partnered with Gift Able's Skilling and Livelihood Project for People with Disabilities, Project Swatantra.
So as part of our diversity and inclusion, one of the workshops we did was with Gift Abled, so to sensitize and orient some of our senior leadership members on differently abled people, on how do you be a more inclusive workplace, how do you appreciate diversity at work. In this context, when we started to work with Gift Abled, we realized that there are many different areas they work in, and one of them is working with differently abled people in rural India. And that is where Project Swatantra is trying to enable them with life skills, be it tailoring, be it carpentry, or setting up small food packaging industry, doing something on your own which could help you be self-sufficient and create livelihood for yourself.
Through Project Swatantra, AMADEUS Labs aims to empower hundreds of beneficiaries and their families by providing sustainable livelihood. To achieve this, the company has opened its first training center in Bagalkot.
Project is Swatantra, and what we are doing is we are supporting livelihood of people with disability. 70% of people with disability are in rural parts of our country, and with support of AMADEUS, a batch of 20 people have already been passed out of our Bagalkot center. And depending on the skill, it could be carpentry, it could be stitching, it could be packaging, and different skills that we impart. Every 3 to 6 months, roughly 20 to 40 people would get passed from those batches. So in couple of months, we are hoping we will have around 6 centers across India, especially in the low income states.
AMADEUS Labs' commitment to create a sustainable future is fostering growth and transforming the lives of disadvantaged communities of Bharat, one beneficiary at a time.
Well, that's all we have on the show today. Next time, we'll bring you the story of yet another organization that's committed to pursuing the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations and is catalyzing development in the country through its CSR activities. See you next week on The Changemakers, exclusively on CNBC TV 18. Until then, thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
The Changemakers, in association with CNBC TV 18. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.